Guys, welcome back to another episode of EdgeMasterGaming, and today, believe it or not, I'm covering what I believe to be the world's worst loadout in Project Lazarus. I've been asked to cover the top 5 worst guns before, so I decided to do you guys one better. Instead, I did the top 3 and set a challenge for myself to see if I could actually make it to round 40. And let me tell you, this challenge was pretty brutal, and I don't mean like, that almost 3 months that it took me to do the Road to 50 challenge revisited brutal. I mean just the mere application of these weapons as your loadout is just really bad. You guys should know that I seriously appreciate you guys so much that I was actually willing to torture myself like this. Anyway, before we get started, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons below if you like the Project Lazarus content on this channel. Make sure to also check out the description for timestamps of this video and other awesome links for EdgeMasterGaming. Alright guys, let's get started. First things first guys, you know that I'm all about the research map, right? If you ever had the privilege of just playing with me or watching my streams, I just simply have issues with the amount of people that still play Graduation. It's just interesting to me that the Graduation map has been out for a few years and now, we have research and everyone sticks with Graduation. And I just simply don't know why. Okay, that's not true, I do know why. It's because Graduation is just easier to play. And I'm telling you guys, if you don't know how to play the map, you'll never know unless you try to learn it. Step out of your comfort zone. It'll do you wonders, believe me. With that being said, you're probably wondering why we're here then. And it's for our first gun, the SKS. Believe it or not, this gun is so weak that it stops one-shotting at round 3 without double tap. And with double tap, it stops one-shotting at round 6. So what I decided to do is gather just enough points to grab the perk and camp in the pack room so that we can pack a punch as quick as possible. Now normally I wouldn't suggest something like this, but when dealing with the worst weapons in Project Lazarus, we need all the firepower that we can get. And speaking of firepower, our second garbage gun is the M14. If you had the opportunity to watch my wall gun tier list video, you would have seen that this was ranked 13th on the list. Why, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked the question. I truly gave this ranking based off of 2 things. The first is its inability to one-shot after round 6 with double tap, by the way. And the second is the Conquest module, as its only claim to fame is that the first shot does a 3-round burst. I mean, it's pretty disgusting. During round 6, we're just going to go ahead and stick with the plan. We packed the SKS first, and now since it can one-shot up to round 19, we'll use it to fund all of our costs when it comes to getting the remaining perks, buying all the remaining doors, and buying our last weapon. So Edge, do you mean to tell me that there's one weapon worse than the SKS and the M14? Yep, that's right folks, and here it is. Please welcome our final piece to our loadout puzzle, the Crossbow. And guys, I'm just going to be honest about this. I mean, this really is the worst weapon in Project Lazarus, hands down. It doesn't have piercing, it doesn't have rapid fire, it doesn't even have a quick reload. It's simply point, shoot, and pray, and that's it. Well, hold that thought. There are a couple of things that it does have. One is that it has a high headshot multiplier, which is really good, of course, and the second thing is that it comes with a headhunter module. Now I know you guys want to see this weapon in action and how it can be somewhat useful, especially in Graduation. So without further ado, on round 16, let's have a look. You guys know what's really sad about this whole thing? Is that the crossbow in theory is the second most powerful weapon in the game, but the weapon overall is just garbage. I'll say this one thing and we'll move on. What made me realize that this was the worst weapon in Project Lazarus was when I got an insta-kill. I mean, just think about it. If you're training zombies and you get an insta-kill, what could you really do? With a crossbow, you can only kill one zombie at a time and then you'll need to run because they can maul you, right? Name a weapon worse than that on insta-kill. Go ahead, just try it. I'll wait. I mean, I can only think of one weapon that's worse during an insta-kill, and that's honestly the knife. And for this reason, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this out there right now. I will never ever do a crossbow only challenge. It's round 27, guys, and I just showed you a little bit of zombie training with the crossbow. Knowing how to do zombie training properly will enable you to get to very high rounds in either map. For those of you who still think that the best strategy is camping in the pack room, you need to watch this. Alright guys, let's quickly go through the training route. Start back here. Go around this bookshelf. Turn in front of the mule kick machine, and if you wait here for a second for the zombies to kind of pile in before running around them, you'll be fine. And repeat. If you learn this route when you start to get overwhelmed, you'll survive with no problem. Alright guys, here's a very important tip for you all if you ever decide to play with this loadout. Now I don't know why anyone would want to play with this loadout, but if you ever do, make sure that at the beginning of every round that you replenish your ammo. This is very important that you follow this, folks. Your guns are so weak that you cannot rely on a max ammo to save you. So please ensure that you do that. After using this loadout, guys, I really think that the SKS and the M14 should have been flipped when it comes to the wall gun tier list, because the M14 is a little better. However, I guess it really doesn't matter if they're both garbage, right? Alright everyone, I hope that you enjoyed the video. It was really painful to make, but I believe it was worth it. I really and truly hope that this video has answered any lingering thoughts that you guys may have had on what the absolute worst guns are in Project Lazarus. Or maybe not. Did you guys agree with the video? If not, what do you guys consider the worst loadout is? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always guys, remember to have fun, take care, and God bless.